What's up, everybody? JD, the DP here. Welcome to Mox Magic, where we give you some Commander gameplay. We have a lot of fun doing it, and we also do funny shorts. Today, I'll be playing Zur the Enchanter, and if you like our content today, like and subscribe and follow us for more content.
Hi, I'm JP, and I'm playing Osgir the Reconstructor.
Cameron Scribes Designs Walters here. I'll be playing Corvold, Fay Curse King today. It's gonna be a fun day.
I am Casey. I'm playing Wilhelt, the Rod Cleaver.
All right, gentlemen, let's roll it for first, I guess. Reveal. 5. Lucky second.
No.
Even better.
Let's go.
Oh,
No!
I did it.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Construct cards, you can do this.
Alright.
Don't roll higher than 11.
Come on.
Double six.
We need you here. Oh, it bounced off the mat. It was halfway there.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I play this land, crack it, search for a swamp or island, stable passage, and I pass.
All right. I'll draw for turn. I'm gonna drop down a command tower. Taps for any color my commander makes here. And I'll tap that for Birds of Paradise. It is a flyer 0/1, tap to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Anytime. Go for it.
All right, draw. All right, I'll play Prismatic Vista, and I'll tap it, pay 1, and I'll search a plains. Yeah, and I pass turn.
I draw. Play Raffine's Tower tapped and pass turn.
I untap, upkeep, draw. Play Tainted Isle, and reads add 1 colorless. By tapping, you can add blue or black if I control a swamp, which I do. So I tap for 2 black to play Undead Augur. This reads whenever Undead Augur or another zombie you control dies, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Pass.
Will do. I will untap and draw. I'll drop down a Taiga. Let you guys know I got a lot of proxies in my deck. This is one of them. Fun fact, this is one I designed. But yeah, so that is a Mountain Forest. Taps for either of those colors. And I'm going to drop down a Chrome Mox. I'll cast that. Any response to cast there?
No response.
All right.
Resolves.
When it enters, I get to imprint a card under it from my hand, and that will then tap for a mana of any color. I'll imprint a Vexing Shusher, so this one will tap for red-green, like Vexing Shusher.
Nice. Turn 2
I'm
form.
going to tap my birds for Llanowar Elves, and then I will pay, let's see, black with my command tower and 1 with the Taiga. I will cast a Blood Artist. And I'll pass the turn with that. Yeah.
Casey, you might have an issue with a Blood Artist there.
All that is terrible, yeah. Agreed.
All right, draw. I will play Sacred Foundry, and I'll pay 2 life to keep it untapped. On 2, and I will tap 2 for Star Compass, and it comes into play tapped. And I'll end my turn.
Nice. Untap. Draw. Things are looking up. Inventor's Fair. Tap. I'm gonna bring in a Sky Diamond tap and pass. Sky Diamond comes and taps, add a blue. Okay.
I will untap, upkeep, draw. I will play Command Tower, which taps for 1 mana of any of my commander's color identity, which is blue and black. I will tap 1, 2, 3, 1 black and 2 other colors for Black Market Connections, which reads at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, choose 1 or more. Sell contraband, create a treasure token, lose 1 life. Buy information, draw a card, lose 2 life. Hire a mercenary, create a 3/2 colorless shapeshifter creature token with changeling, you lose 3 life. Move to attacks. Okay, attack phase, I will declare attacks 2 at Cameron.
No blocks for me.
Okay, Cameron declares no blocks. Any effects before damage, pass.
Nope.
Pass. Resolves, he loses 2, damage resolves. Post-combat main phase, I do nothing, pass turn.
Cool deal. I will untap my mana sources here. I'll draw. Okay, this isn't too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if I just take a whole turn off here, or if I don't take a whole turn off. I'll pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll cast Gilded Lotus. Any response?
No
Resolves.
Resolves. Okay, cool. I will then pay 3 for a Phyrexian Altar, and I'll just pass the turn casually there. One card in hand. Note that. Phyrexian Altar is an artifact for 3. It says sacrifice a creature, add 1 mana of any color. So it is a sack outlet for me. Go ahead.
All right, untap, draw. Let's see. I will pay 2 to bring out a Felwar Stone. Tap it for any mana on a color that other people control. And then I will pay another 2 for Noble Heritage. Basically, my commander, my commander now has the effect whenever this creature enters the battlefield and at the beginning of your upkeep, each player may put 2+1 counters on a creature they control. And if those, for each opponent who does, I gain protection from that player until my next turn.
Nice.
And I'm all good. Pass.
Untap, draw. It hurts to miss a land drop. I'm gonna tap 3 and bring out Vizier of Tumbling Sands. It's a 1/3 creature and has an ability untap another target permanent. He can also be cycled if I want, but that has already passed. And if it resolves, I have no pass.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Pre-combat main phase, I will choose all 3. So I'll create a treasure token, draw a card, and create a 3/2 colorless shapeshifter. Here's my 3/2 colorless shapeshifter. It also has changeling, which means it has all creature types, including zombie. Here's my treasure, and I will draw my additional card, and then I will lose 6 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're all gas, no breaks in this house. I will play this snow-covered swamp. Play Mana Crypt. Mana Crypt is cast. It reads, at the beginning of your upkeep, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, Mana Crypt deals 3 damage to you. I can tap it for 2 colorless. I will tap 1, 2, 3, 4, cast Wilhelt, the Rock Cleaver. He reads, whenever another zombie you control dies, if it didn't have Decayed, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. And at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice a zombie. If you do, draw a card. Response cast. Response. Okay, resolves. I will move to attacks. I swing for 2 at Cameron with Undead Augur.
I'll say no blocks.
Okay. Any effects before damage. Resolves. Cameron loses 2 life. Okay, post-combat main phase, I will tap 1, 2, sacrificing the treasure token, which can be sacked for 1 mana of any color. Cast Fleshbag Marauder. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature.
Oh, okay.
On its trigger ability when it enters the battlefield, so I will choose Fleshbag, everybody else choose a creature.
Sounds good.
Okay.
No response.
No response to me. I have no creatures.
Response either. I'll get rid of my elves.
Okay, death trigger on the stack. Wilhelt reads, whenever another zombie you control dies, if it didn't have Decayed, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. And here's that zombie.
Let's not
This is
forget
another,
my,
I lose a life as well.
You'll lose 1 life, 2 life, because I sacked a creature too. I'll have you lose the life from Blood Artist. I think I played Blood Artist. I didn't really explain him, just kind of casually slapped him out. But he says whenever another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Do I lose all 3 then?
If there was 3 creatures dying there, yes.
Okay. I also lose 1 more life for Undead Augur, which draws me a card and loses me a life if a zombie I control dies.
Got it.
1, 2, 3, and 1.
Okay, I'll get my 2.
Okay, and then I'll draw my card from that.
3?
3.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, then I will go to move to my end step. I will trigger Wilhelt's ability. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice a zombie. If you do draw a card, I sacrifice the 3/2 Shapeshifter, which has Changeling, meaning it is also a zombie, so it is sacrificed. So I have 2 draw triggers, one from Wilhelt and one from the Undead Augur. So I'll lose a life for Undead Augur, draw, and draw from Wilhelt.
Okay. Also point the Blood Artist damage towards you as well.
Okay, great. Lest we forget. Pass turn.
Alrighty.
All right, put in work.
Move to my turn. Yeah. Blood Artist does the trick once in a while, right? Untap here. I also think I failed to explain Gilded Lotus, but that is a artifact that is tap, add 3 mana of any color. Big ol' rock. Speaking of big ol' rocks, I'll play Mana Crypt of my own. Just a cute little proxy. Any response to cast there?
No response.
Okay, so we saw that on Casey's board. Taps for 2 mana. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pay 3 black with my Gilded Lotus, a red, and a green with my command tower. I'm gonna cast Corvold. And Corvold is a 4/4 flyer for 2 and black, red, green. And he reads, when he enters the battlefield or attacks, whenever, I will sacrifice a permanent. I must. And then whenever I sacrifice a permanent, I put a +1 counter on him, +1/+1 counter, and draw a card. It's kind of like a draw engine, and he gets kind of big. Any response to cast?
No response.
Resolves.
Alrighty. So he ETBs, I'll do the things, which is to sacrifice a permanent. I'm going to go ahead and... What do I want to sack here? I think I'm going to tap my birds to float a... What color do I want? A black mana. And I'll sack it as well. So...
1 black floating.
1 black mana floating, correct.
Trigger.
Trigger on Blood Artist. Casey, you already know.
Going your way.
I'll be gaining a life there.
Yes.
Yes, and then let's see. +1 counter here, and a draw. So I will draw for his ability. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play land for turn. It is a Verdant Catacombs. It reads: pay 1 life and tap, sacrifice it, search for a swamp or a forest card, put on the battlefield and shuffle. I'll do that right now.
Sacrifice trigger.
Sacrifice trigger, indeed. Lose a life plus my commander and draw a card. All right, I'll go ahead and search. See what I want to get here. It's a swamp or a forest. Badlands. We'll grab that. That is a swamp mountain dual land proxy there. And I still have a black floating. Pay a green with my Chromox. And pay 2 with the Mana Crypt. And I'm going to cast Fey Offering, which is an enchantment for 200 green that reads, at the beginning of each end step, if you've cast both a creature spell and a non-creature spell this turn, a clue token, a food token, and a treasure token. Any response to cast there?
No response.
Nothing? Alright. I'll play that, and I'll move to my end step. And I will, let's see, make a food, treasure, and clue. Alright, and that's all I got, and I'll pass to you, JP.
Oh, you played that as a non-creature. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Cool.
Nice.
That's it for me.
Plenty of sack outlets.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Untap, draw. And yes, I will play 4 mana, and I will cast Osgir.
Yep.
Osgir, any response?
No.
No. All right. Osgir hits the field, and Noble Heritage now gives him the effect when he enters the battlefield. Each player may put 2 +1 counters on a creature they control. So, of course, I would like to. Would you like to put?
Unfortunately, someone had me sacrifice my creature last turn, so
Ugh.
Oh yes.
Good thing someone's ahead of that. I will not do that. Would you?
It says I can't attack you next turn. Is that it?
I will gain protection from that player until my next turn.
Okay. So if you had a Planeswalker, though, for whatever reason, which I don't think you will, I'd be able to swing at that, though, right?
No.
No?
Because you
Not
can attack
even?
at him. It's still his.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, do I want 2 +1 counters? Yeah, I'll give in to the green.
All right, sounds bueno.
Yeah, you're safe from me for a turn.
All right, and I will pass turn.
all right, untap, draw. The pain. Tap 3. I'm going to play Mirror Mage. It's an artifact. Pay 2. Mirror Mage becomes a copy of target artifact, creature, enchantment, or land until end of turn. And with that, I will pass. Not doing much over here, guys.
Okay, I will untap. Upkeep, mana crypt. I'll roll this. Odds, damage. Damage, I lose 3 life. Draw. Okay, I will activate this. I will do hire a mercenary and create a treasure token, so I lose 4 life. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Got you down halfway, Casey.
Yeah, we're halfway there. And we will create the treasure token. I do not get an additional draw for that. I will play this land made for me by Mr. Cameron Walters, this Underground Sea. I will.
Thanks for the shout out.
No doubt. Okay, I will tap 1 to cast Imperial Seal. Search your library for a card, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. You lose 2 life. Response to cast.
Nope.
And here and here. Okay, resolves. I will lose 2 life and put this card on top.
The end game has begun. It's coming, boys.
True.
Cameron, you have a website for your artwork that you do?
I do. I have an Instagram and a WordPress, which is Scribes Designs. You can find it on Instagram by searching that, or WordPress. It is scribesdesign.wordpress.com.
Nice.
Yes, and I have it here. Yes, of course.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I will move to attacks. I will swing these 2
Of course not. Don't come my way.
at Joshua.
Let's go.
Okay, so that's 4 damage.
No blockers declared.
Okay, damage resolves. So these zombies read, they have decayed. When this creature can't block, when it attacks, sacrifice at the end of combat. So these 2 are sacrificed.
All right, I'll buy Blood Artist trigger here.
Okay, or life, and then I will lose 2 life from Undead Augur as 2 zombies died. Life, draw.
I wasn't gonna have you lose the life. Just saying.
Should I take that back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say 1 to each.
Okay.
I can't target. Target player. I can't target.
Oh,
you. You
so
get
I got
protection
2 more.
from.
All right, I'll take 2
Yeah,
more.
go take 2
And
more.
you gain life off that, right?
I sure do.
Okay. I always like the number 34.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
All right, I will cast Fabricate. I search my library for an artifact card, reveal it, and put it in my hand. Shuffle afterward, response to cast.
No response.
What is this?
It's Fabricate. Search for an artifact, put it into hand, then shuffle my library.
You got it.
Okay, Phyrexian Altar is revealed.
Here it comes. Yeah.
That goes to your hand.
It goes to hand.
Okay.
Phyrexian Altar is in
Got it.
hand. So I will tap 3. Cast Phyrexian Altar. Response to cast.
No response. No response.
Okay. Can I look at your graveyard? May I?
Hope so.
Let's see what we got here.
Tell us everything.
Flashback Marauder. Nothing else matters.
All right, I will sacrifice this token, which is a changeling, so it is a zombie. Or has changeling, so it is a zombie. Create this guy. Trigger.
Trigger. I'll have you lose it this time.
Okay.
I'll gain 1.
I will also lose 1 from dead. Draw. Okay. So I have 1 black floating. I will cast Gravecrawler. Response to cast.
I feel like you're setting up an infinite here, right?
So Gravecrawler's on the stack.
Yeah. You don't have to answer that either. But yeah, that's potentially. I'll let the rest of the board and maybe viewers who don't know. Gravecaller can be sacked with Phyrexian Altar to make a mana, and should there be more zombies, you can use the mana he just made from sacking it to recast it infinitely. You'd have to have a way to get rid of my Blood Artist for me not to just ping him to death, drain him to death with it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe he has a way to get rid of it, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I'm not too sure what's going on here. But on cast, we'll say resolves.
Okay. Gravecrawler resolves. I will sacrifice this treasure for a blue. Sacrifice this zombie. Zombie dies. Creature dies. You target first.
Target you.
Okay. I lose a life for that. Lose a life for
Gain a
a dead
life.
auger.
Okay.
Draw. Cast Reality Shift. It says
Targeting.
exile target creature. Its controller manifests the top card of their library. Target
Target the blood artist.
Blood Artist.
All right.
Response to target.
I will
on the
respond.
stack.
Yeah, I'll respond. Because I feel like if I don't, it's gonna end the game.
That's it.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sacrifice a treasure to float 1 red mana.
Mhm.
And I actually don't know that that matters too much. I'm just gonna pay 2. All right. So I'm going to be paying 2, sacrificing a treasure for 2 mana.
Mhm.
My first trigger from sacrificing the treasure, Corvold, plus and draw.
Mhm.
So right now I'm fishing for cards with Corvold, so I can answer. That's 1 sack, 1 draw, 1 plus. I'm floating the 2 mana. I'm going to use that to sacrifice a clue, which says draw a card. But I'm sacking it, so I will draw an additional card
Sure.
from Corvold's ability. So
And
I
Corvold rolls
will-
up again.
Yes, we'll go up twice to 7+1 counters, and I'll be drawing 2 cards here. 1 and 2.
You have no mana floating, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Hmm.
Remember, everybody, this is still on the stack, targeting
Yeah,
Blood Artist.
it is. It is. I think I might have to sack Corvold. I will.
You love to see it.
Yeah, I'll sack Corvold to float a red mana. This isn't even barring the fact you could have like interaction. You know what I'm doing?
Isn't it
I'm
great?
looking for like a red elemental blast or a pyro blast that's gonna counter
go.
his blue spell. So he's dead.
Corvold returns to
I
command zone.
sack him. I float a red, but I do draw for his sack.
Right?
I'll draw.
Do you have how much mana floating?
Not what I want to see right now. 1 red.
Okay.
1 red floating. I think I'll sack the Blood Artist because he's about to manifest something anyway. So I'll sack him for a green.
Okay.
And I'll also ping you for both those 2 damage, and I'll gain 2 from Corvold dying and Blood Artist seeing the death. I will draw 1 card. Not what I want to see.
Okay, Reality
Okay.
Shift fizzles with no target, so he
Correct.
does not manifest. Priority
Correct.
returns to me.
Sure does.
I will. Oh, okay. I will sacrifice Gravecrawler.
Okay.
Floating 1 black. I lose a life. Draw. Okay, I will now sacrifice Undead Augur. I lose a life. I draw. Trigger. This creates another zombie. I'll just indicate this with a counter. There's 2 decayed zombies. I have 2 black mana floating. I will use 1 of the black to recast Gravecrawler. I have 1 black mana floating, represented by this dice. I will now demonstrate an infinite loop.
There you go. If you want to use that to count your mana.
I can sacrifice Gravecrawler to Phyrexian Altar to infinitely create as much mana as I want, also infinitely creating as many decayed zombies. Any response?
I got nothing. I did my thing. I tried to stop you.
Yep, you sure did. So I will do this a number of times equal to the national debt, which is $24 trillion. So 24 trillion times, ending with Gravecrawler in play. So these now I will just indicate 24 trillion with these on 20s. So that's 20. We'll go ahead and split it. 10 trillion, 12 trillion black mana and 12 trillion blue mana, represented by this dice. And this again is 24 trillion of those zombies. I will hereby cast. I'll sacrifice 4 of these, so 24 trillion minus 4 for Necro Duality. Whenever a non-token zombie enters the battlefield under my control, create a token that is a copy of that creature. I'll dump these rocks by sacrificing 2 of the decayed zombies for Arcane Signet, Mind Stone. I will sacrifice 3 more of the 24 trillion for Ashiok, Dream Render. Reads spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause their controller to search their library. I can -1 for target player to put the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard, then exile each opponent's graveyard. I will -1 that to peel the top 4 of my graveyard into my library rather into my graveyard. Those 4 being Phyrexian Arena, Watery Grave, Calling the Weak, and Eternal Skylord. Those are deposited. Everyone exile your graveyards.
Ka-chow.
Okay, I will cast Havengul Lich. This reads that you may cast target creature card from a graveyard this turn. When you cast that card this turn, Havengul Lich gains all activated abilities of that card until end of turn. I'll create a copy of that, represented by this copy token. Copy, copy, copy. I'll, again, sack 1 to activate and target. I'll cast Undead Augur, which we're all familiar with. It's the one that I lose a life and draw a card. Oh no, I did make a sack. So this has Undead Augur, plus there's a copy of it.
Yep.
I will sacrifice the token copy of Undead Augur, losing 2 life, drawing 2 cards. This then becomes another Decayed Zombie. I'm not sure exactly how many, 24 trillion minus like 10. Draw 2 cards. I will do that one more time, draw a card. And we got there. I will sacrifice Undead Augur, losing.
2 more at this point, right?
Well, just 1, because Undead Augur was off.
He saw one of the Decades die, right? Just before you sacked him off?
Oh, right. Good call.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know that it'll matter. But.
You did it. You did it. It could. Who's to say? I cast Diagraph Captain. Has Death Touch. Other zombie creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever another zombie you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life. I will sack Decayed Zombies, one after the other, targeting each of you until your life totals reach 0. Sacrifice, target opponent loses 1 life. Sacrifice, target opponent loses 1 life. Sacrifice, target opponent loses 1 life. Any response?
No, no.
I do this until you're all dead. Okay.
And that's how you zombie. And that's how you Demir. That's how you Wilhelt.
Goes to show you the power of the national debt.